Can you recall what Maria Mais argued that তোমার হচ্ছে in the expense of the consumption of uh, first world হ্যাঁ তোমার হচ্ছে western world হ্যাঁ how the third world women তাই না they started to enter in job market industry and হ্যাঁ how মানে এটার নাম হচ্ছে how their employment reinvented and rediscovered in such a way because they are more submissive, more loyal, they will not be able to bargain. So in the same frame, the Chinese তোমার হচ্ছে এই যে employment industry, it also is encouraged women to enter in its booming capitalist economy, mostly, okay? Okay. Can you hear me right now, সবাই? Can you hear me right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so it is something like that, when the rural women, they entered in the job market, okay, in so-called tomar hocche capitalist job market in Chinese industry. And the article talks about a specific field site in maybe the name is Meteor Electronics Company in Guangzhou, hey? Ebong the author herself, she worked in that industry during 1995 to 1996 as part of her ethnography, and she worked there near about 1 year among near about 500 workers. So she actually argued in that article how the working class women in that industry, how their everyday life shaped and reshaped within তোমার হচ্ছে new capitalist economic culture. So first of all, what is dagonjemi? The word, she highlighted the word dagonjemi. It is something in English. It is working class women. The women, mostly those who are it denotes not merely the gender but also marital status, and she is single, unmarried, younger, lower status. That means think about the garment, looks like the garments workers of the Bangladesh. They are younger, they're more submissive, they don't have any children, so they are more docile, they can produce more and more. So these women, they are mostly the rural dwellers, তারা হচ্ছে গ্রামের মেয়ে, and they migrated from rural areas to তোমার হচ্ছে urban areas. And migration, it was not something forcefully or something not voluntarily, rather capitalist economy created certain condition through which it became a reality for those working class women to enter in the job market. Clear সবাই? So who are these working class women? Clear? Clear? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Zara?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's
Okay.
clear.
Okay, so what happened when they entered in the new job industry? So think about a woman from Kurigram, or a girl, not women, because those who have children more than 2 to 3 three, they are mostly discouraged to work in industry, তাই না? তাদেরকে খুব নেগেটিভলি দেখে because they may would not be able to produce more and they will not be able to work more and more. এই জন্য দেখবা যে within the garments industry they always encourage তোমার হচ্ছে working class women aged less than 40 years, and mostly they encourage the women of 16 to 30s in this তোমার হচ্ছে age limit. So what happened when these kinds of women enter in the তোমার হচ্ছে workforce? First of all, যখন ruralরা when they entered, mostly majority of them, they are the rural women, not the urban women. So mostly they migrated from, think about in Bangladeshi context, they migrated from Bilaichori, Rangamati to Chittagong EPZ, or from Nilphamari, Lalmonirhat, Kurigram, Gaibanda, Dinajpur, Borishal to তোমার হচ্ছে ঢাকা EPZ, or other industrial sites. So যখনই তারা আসে তোমার হচ্ছে these women, majority of the time what actually the হচ্ছে author noticed that mostly the newcomers, they are not being treated as worker, rather workers to be, সে একজন মানে শ্রমিক হবে এখনো, শ্রমিক আকারে they never ever counted it. এবং always they ask them মানে যে so they always looking for the fresh quiet who will not be able to bargain even sometimes তারা হচ্ছে experience who can walk এরকম টাইপের they always urge women. এবং হচ্ছে তোমার হচ্ছে what actually happened when they entered in the তোমার হচ্ছে job market, they are always in fear if something will be problem for them, তাই না? So think about when a মানে rural girl entered in the job market in Savar তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি garments factory or in Ashulia's garments factory, think about herself when she entered in the job মানে তোমার workplace, near about 70 to 80% of the তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি workers are female, only 20 to 30% are the male. So within that tomar hoche condition, think about the majority of the leaders. I don't know whether you are aware of the leaders and managers are mostly the male, and the way they dictated them, they are more or less they are sometimes they are bound to work in that way. And as a newcomer tarpor hoche they are struggling to cope up with new condition, it is something like okay, they make mistake. It can be because human beings are like that, but when they did mistake, how they are being tomar hoche reprimanded, how they are being treated, that is something really really tomar hoche mane critical issue. The author already argued that when they did something wrong during their tomar hoche work time, they always something treated, reprimanded as something you are rural in Bangladeshi context. They are মানে কি রকম ভাবে তাকে বলে তুই তো গাইয়া, you don't know how to do something. মানে it is not something you came from the peasant society, you came from the rural areas, so it is not something you are just তোমার হচ্ছে flying a তোমার হচ্ছে furrow, যেটাকে আমরা বলি যে তুমি you are তোমার হচ্ছে কাল্টিভেটিং এ ল্যান্ড, একটা জমি চাষ করছো, you are cultivating a land. If you dig a furrow in that land, think about মানে what will be that land, it will not be able to produce anything. তুমি যদি একটা think about a land, একটা গ্রামের জমিতে if you are তোমার হচ্ছে cultivating something and তোমার হচ্ছে mistakenly during the cultivation, during the flying, এই যে তুমি এটাকে করার সময় তুমি যদি কোনো একটা খাদ বানায় ফেলো, হ্যাঁ, it will distort the whole landscape. Okay, so similarly, if you do any mistake, if you তোমার হচ্ছে do scratch or something, হ্যাঁ, তোমার হচ্ছে in various kinds of accessories, machineries accessories, you will be reprimanded harshly. Oh my god, this is not tomar so-called rural, you are not the gaia, you should be act like tomar hoche worker. So first of all, majority of the time what they actually tomar encountered, it is something bullying, it is something reprimandation, তাই না, in harsh way. Clear সবাই? মাশাইখ clear? Clear?
স্যার মাশাইখ হচ্ছে ওর ভাইয়ের ল্যাপটপ ইউজ
Okay, no
করছে
problem.
তো।
Okay, so all of you are clear?
জি স্যার।
Okay, and the next time হচ্ছে তোমার হচ্ছে within the capitalist system, you need to abide by the rules, systems, you need to follow the timetable. In majority of the cases, it seems that many people, they are not being able to attend on time. নানান কারণে they can be late. But think about the rural setting or তোমার হচ্ছে rural space in Bangladeshi context. The people, they are living within a community and they have one kind of they share many things together. So but within capitalist economy, they ask many things and they urge many things on time. So if someone failed to be attend on time, তার এক ধরনের penalty আছে, he or she get penalty. So think about তোমার হচ্ছে within a factory context, a worker failed to attend on time, her colleague or her friends, সে কি করলো, she touched, এই যে তোমরা জানো না এটা কি বলে, এই যে টাইম টু ট্র্যাক দ্য টাইম টেবল, পাঞ্চিং মেশিন বলে না, what is it?
Yes, sir. We card punching machine.
card punching machine. So someone sometimes even think about yourself. Many of us, even I can recall my days at Dhaka University, just sometimes কি করতে স্টুডেন্টরা কি করতে আরেকজনের অ্যাটেন্ডেন্স দিয়ে দিত during the class time. What I মানে sometimes এটা কিন্তু মানে teacher they can notice many time, even many of us আমরা তো অনেকেই mistakenly. So think about, so when someone, because many of these girls they came from the rural setting, and you know they have kind of community sense, they are trying to do something in together. So it is not something যে তোমার হচ্ছে you are doing individually. So someone failed to attend on time, another friends or colleagues or someone তোমার হচ্ছে তার এই যে
Sir,
টাইম
proxy.
proxy, yes, they did the proxy, তোমার হচ্ছে টাইমটাকে জাস্ট হচ্ছে পাঞ্চিং মেশিনটা ঠিক করে দিচ্ছে. So it was something revealed by the manager and how she was reprimanded. So in the তোমার হচ্ছে, and she was reminded in such a way, you are not so you are not a so called গাইয়া, তুমি এখনো গাইয়া রয়ে গেছো, যে তুমি you are doing something like rural peasant culture within the urban space. It is not something acceptable. Clear? Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
So majority of the cases it's normally happened. I don't know, can you read it out? Zara, this week a worker, this week a worker.
This week, a worker was caught helping another worker by punching her time card in her absence. It was a serious violation and we reserve the right to dismiss her at once. There is no excuse for anyone to clock on her best friends or co-villagers. The helper will be punished more seriously than the one who asked for help. In the factory, one should be responsible for oneself only. You may be used to helping each other in the village, but remember that now you are in the factory.
Okay, so it is not about the tomar hotse punching her time card. It is more about tomar hotse the stealing. You know, in majority of the cases, the rural people, those who entered in the job market, they don't have enough tomar hotse day life accessories. Sometimes tara hotse, in majority of the cases, those who are from rural backgrounds, many times these kinds of workers, they take sometimes accessories such as tomar hotse the knife or a, these not মানে expensive, but the people they usually take this kind of accessories তোমার হচ্ছে যাওয়ার সময় নিয়ে যায়. এই জন্য দেখো এগুলোর প্রতি মানে মানে kind of মানে strict surveillance upon them, and when someone found like way মানে একদম হচ্ছে instant dismiss ঘটে. So these kinds of thing they encountered during their everyday life. Another interesting thing is kin ethnic inventing local and inequality. In the Bangladeshi context, think about when someone entered in the industrial job market from Gaibanda, or think about from Noakhali, how they will be treated. How they will be treated. Same thing in Chinese context. If you are from rural village and you don't have enough proper accent, you don't have enough proper তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি professionalism and personality, you will not be able to get তোমার হচ্ছে good job, even good place. অনেকে আছে they can easily get good job, but not মানে same salary, but they are not in the same position. Sometimes someone need to do খুবই odd job or something, need to do more work than other with the same তোমার হচ্ছে payment. But the issue is, think about if someone from Noakhali and if someone from Lalmonirhat, with whom you can bargain, you can easily, so think about the managers, they will always looking for those girl from Lalmonirhat. Okay, this girl, she will be more submissive, she can work more than the people of the Noakhali, because the people of the Noakhali, they can bargain more with us, because they are aware, because they are aware of their culture. And think of the Lalmonirhat, think about the people of the Gaibanda, they will not be able to tomar bargain with us. So this kind of tomar hoche locality, it matters in the job market. Even think about when someone tomar hoche entered in the job market, you know, the tomar hoche people from different settings, ederke manager the way they তোমার হচ্ছে replace them within the industrial তোমার হচ্ছে context, that is some, it is also interesting যে কি করে যে ম্যানেজাররা চিন্তা করে people from খুলনা, people from তোমার হচ্ছে নর্থ বেঙ্গল, এদেরকে এমন একটা সেটিং এর মধ্যে তোমার হচ্ছে insert them in such a setting through which যে একটা ব্যালেন্স, যে মানে তাদের নিজেদের মধ্যে মানে একটা ইন্টারনাল কনফ্লিক্ট অর সামথিং ব্লা ব্লা ব্লা, থ্রু হুইচ যে একটা সুনির্দিষ্ট সার্টেন গ্রুপ উইল নট ডমিনেট আদার। ক্লিয়ার? ক্লিয়ার? ক্লিয়ার সবাই?
Yes, sir.
সো দিস থিং মানে এইটা তুমি দেখবে ইন মেজরিটি অফ দ্য তোমার হচ্ছে ইন মেজরিটি অফ দ্য ওয়ার্ক প্লেস এই জিনিসটা ইজ সিম্পলি, হ্যাঁ, ইভেন ইন দ্য ওয়ার্ক প্লেস অফ দ্য চায়না। Another is the language and identity. You know, if you don't have any proper accent, you are always being stereotyped. You will be always being, think about now in our Brack University. Many of Bangla medium students, they told me that they are being stereotyped within the classroom because they are not from the English medium background. So the same thing happened tomar hocche within the context of tomar workplace, when someone come from tomar rural areas and they are not being able to change their accent, they are always being treated, oh my god, you cannot even talk, you cannot even bargain, you cannot even do, you cannot even understand the language. So the way they are being stereotyped within the tomar labor force. And think about these women, they are already tomar reinvented, rediscovered, yeah, within the new condition of capitalist economy. That is why they entered in the job market. And think about if someone came from Lalmonirhat, Dinajpur into Gazipur or Dhaka, is it do you think that automatically within 6 or 1 month they will be able to cope up with the new condition? It is it is not possible to cope up within this amount of time. But think about when they are struggling to cope up, how they are being treated, how they are being stereotyped, how they are being bullied in their everyday life. Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
জি স্যার।
Another one is the experiencing discrimination. So if you are from certain local areas, you will be discriminated because of your local localities, local identities. Because already you are women, you are in submissive position, you are not being able to bargain for many things. Even if you are from certain locality, you will also be face certain kinds of discrimination. And think about if someone came from tomar hocche Lalmonirhat to Savar or Dhaka, think about she entered in the tomar hocche restaurant, how she will be treated. Think about she entered in the তোমার হচ্ছে এই যে সুপার শপ or other তোমার হচ্ছে business তোমার হচ্ছে institutions, how she will be treated. Majority of the তোমার হচ্ছে sales workers or the businessmen, they will assume, oh my god, she is from rural areas and she will not be able to buy this amount of these kinds of তোমার হচ্ছে goods, and they don't bother about her. Even this worker, if she asks something from the businessman, মানে তাদেরকে majority of the times they are তোমার হচ্ছে treat তোমার এটাকে কি বলবো harshly, হ্যাঁ, এবং হচ্ছে in a stereotyped way. Even think about when she entered in the bus, she entered in the vehicle, she entered in any public place, the way she is being treated, হ্যাঁ, mostly it differ from the people of the urban areas. So the way someone treat with me, same way তে তাকে treat করা হবে না. So automatically they face everyday এই যে তোমার হচ্ছে discrimination in their everyday life. তোমার হচ্ছে from vehicle to public institution to তোমার social institution to এই যে business institution, everywhere, তাই না, এই মেয়েগুলো because of their তোমার social position, they are being stereotyped. Clear? Clear? Yasmin, clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
স্যার
হ্যাঁ বলো।
স্যার আমাদের এখানে যে আদিবাসীরা আছে ক্ষুদ্র নৃগোষ্ঠী, তাদেরকেও তো despite of their educational qualification or statuses they are being discriminated.
No, it is something not discriminate. They are being too much stereotype. You think about majority of the garments workers in Kumilla EPZ. What I have noticed in Kumilla EPZ and Chittagong EPZ, many of, not majority, many of them, they came from Khagrachori, they came from Rangamati, they came from Bangandarban, hey, to enter the job market. And also they are being tomar hocche treated the same way. The Bengali managers, the majority of the time, they assume that these women, they will be submissive, they will not be able to bargain with us because of their inferior condition. That is why they always recruit them and tomar hocche etar naam ki assign them certain amounts of job. Hey, man, in such a way she will not be able to bargain with anything. She's just a worker, nothing else. Okay, clear? We have to discuss another
Yes,
article.
sir.
So you have to, I'm just finishing with 1 or 2 minutes this one. Okay, so the last part is, last two part think about. Another part is tomar hocche daily prejudice and resistance, and think about when she take any dormitory or mass or tomar hocche workers dormitories, how they're being treated. If you are from certain locality, okay, within your dormitory you are being tomar hocche forced to do certain amounts of job. Even think about যে কোনো একটা ইন্ডাস্ট্রিতে সবচেয়ে অড জব গুলা যারা নিউ কামার, those who are the newcomer, those who are from certain localities, those who are from lower status, mostly they are being assigned. হ্যাঁ, যে তোমাকে you need to do this kind of thing. Even within the dormitory, within their everyday interaction, you need to clean the house, you need to wash everything, you need to do blah blah blah. And you are from তোমার হচ্ছে যেহেতু you are from urban space or you are from upper background, you don't need to do blah blah blah, and you just ordering. Clear? So this kind of everyday prejudice, everyday discrimination, everyday stereotyping, they are being faced in their everyday life. Clear? And think about how they are being reinvented and rediscovered. It is already, we have already argued, discussed in Maria Mai's class. And the last part one is the cultural representations of these women. And think about when these women entered in the tomar hocche job market within urban space, how they are being represented in novel, in play, in drama, in TV serial and movies. Think about garments konna or other kinds of excuse me, in other kinds of tomar hocche tomar এই যে cultural spaces, how they are being treated. Mostly they are being treated as sexual object, nothing else. So how they are being treated? So treated that this is something from tomar hocche can you read it out, Tahsin? One on her first day working, can you read it out, Tahsin? Okay,
Sir,
yes.
can I?
No, okay, he is not available. Tahsin, can you read it out? Yeah, sorry, Yasmin, on her first day.
Yes, sir. On her first day working on the packaging line, Ping said, "The male line leader is so handsome." After working for 2 years in 6 different factories, it was the first time she had met a handsome line leader. Ping's words threatened the other 9 girls on the same line, for the line leader had become the little prince of 10 hearts. The line leader was
From
from
Guangzhou, hey, yes.
Guangzhou. He had not completed his university studies but had gone off to work. He had light skin and a pair of glasses and seemed mature and a little shy. The workers who were bold wrote love letters and sent gifts to him. Those who were timid loved him secretly in their hearts. Among the line girls, a war of love was launched openly, seriously affecting production. The male line leader could not deal with the situation and was forced to leave the factory. Without a word to the line girls, he was gone.
So it is something, the part of a story tomar hocche made by the novelist, dramatist or something like this. And when these women enter in the job market, they are being তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি represented or presented in such a way they are something lucrative, sexual object, hey? They are doing blah blah blah, so it create a kind of sexual fantasy about them তোমার হচ্ছে within the job market যে মানে actually we don't know what actually is their reality, but this is the way they are being represented, hey? Within the sexual fantasy of the তোমার হচ্ছে people of China. Clear? Clear? সবাই clear?
Yes, sir.
So this is the day life and everyday struggle, everyday resistance, everyday discrimination, everyday তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি struggle, হ্যাঁ তোমার হচ্ছে to cope up with the new এই যে এটার নাম কি workplace, হ্যাঁ within new economic condition by the uh, working class women. Okay? Okay? So you are aware with this article's argument? Mashaik, any question? Anyone? Any question? Preeti Hawk, any question?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. এখন, now you will discuss the next article. Next article on next হচ্ছে purple color job. Okay, so who will initiate the discuss? Faiza? Faiza?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you start the discussion?
Okay, so this article is about trans workers or transgendered people entering the labor force in Philippines. And this article mainly talks about the struggles they have in the workplace. So the author begins by saying how they manage to become a part of the labor force, which is because of jobs like the introduction of call centers and BPOs from international companies that outsourced in Philippines, which opened up a category for transgendered individuals to participate. Previously, they would only participate in entertainment sectors or like beauty and fashion sectors, and that was their niche. That was where they were usually expected to participate, but and those usually weren't jobs that were very well received. But the opening up of call centers and BPOs gave them jobs that they described in good and decent, by which they meant that these were relatively high paying jobs. And so the author begins by showing how Philippines managed to incorporate their trans population into the workforce. That is because over time, as workplaces started distributing power more horizontally rather than vertically, this was happening alongside changes in gender categories or the transformation of gender categories, where more gender categories were arising, which also led to the transgender movement. Because of that change, it was easier for the transgendered individuals to enter into the capitalist labor force.
Thank you, Faiza. So first of all, there are several issues the author David argued here. First of all, he argued that within the তোমার হচ্ছে new capitalist economy, within the new economic order, within this order, certain kinds of তোমার হচ্ছে job classification, job segregation, হ্যাঁ তোমার হচ্ছে constructed. So within this তোমার হচ্ছে landscape, we can treat certain kinds of job as blue color, certain kinds as white color, and certain as purple color. So which one is the white color and which one is the blue color, Raisa? Which one is the white color job?
So if I'm not wrong, the white collar jobs are the top tier ones, which are extremely high paying.
Yes. White collar occupations are associated with professional work, high pay, relative autonomy, you don't have any physical stress, তাই না? So these
Exactly.
these kinds of works are তোমার হচ্ছে white collar job. And which one is the blue collar? Which
Blue
include
collar,
trade or manufacturing jobs categorized
जी sir.
by তোমার হচ্ছে characterized by low pay, physical labor, at some points in history union organizing are typically তোমার হচ্ছে male dominated. So these are the হচ্ছে blue collar. So apart from these two binary categories, many feminist and gender experts, they introduce new term, that is purple color or purple color ghetto. So what is purple color ghetto? What is ghetto? Do you know what is ghetto?
जी sir.
Yeah, what is ghetto?
Ghetto is basically, from what I understand, it's supposed to be a locality or an area where a certain
It's
group of
certain,
people are.
it's certain তোমার হচ্ছে domain, হ্যাঁ, when you
जी sir.
are being forced to, not forced to, you are assigned to live or you are assigned to work. So within the
Basically,
workplace,
segregation করা হয় ওই
mhm.
এরিয়াতে.
So think about, so ghetto, it is something even within the workplace there are ghettos. So if you are from certain locality or certain gender identity or from certain tomar hocche areas, you are assigned to work within certain domain. That is the ghettoization of the work. So think about the transgender. Already Faiz already discussed it, through the vibrant movement for the rights of the third gender within the Western space. So they incorporated the question of the gender in their policies and programs, and they already urged women as well as the transgender people to enter in the new job market. However, when these women or transgender, they enter in the job market, what they have noticed that they are being ghettoized. They are working within a certain domain. So think about they have to go through a ladder, a pyramid, kind of pyramid. So they need to go through certain kinds of process, certain kinds of তোমার হচ্ছে procedures, এবং within these procedures they are mostly এই যে বললাম না যে তারা হচ্ছে ghettoized হয়ে যায়, যে একটা certain এরিয়াতে you have to work within this certain তোমার হচ্ছে এই যে areas. So at that moment, এই যে think about this transgender women, mostly তারা কোন সেক্টরে কাজ করতো? Faiz already argued that majority of them, they worked within the entertainment industry before the invention of তোমার হচ্ছে এই যে ওদের সো কল্ড এই বিওপি ইন্ডাস্ট্রি অর এটার নাম কি এই যে আউট রিসোর্স ইন্ডাস্ট্রি হয়নি, it started to operate in Philippine context. The majority of the transgender people, they used to work in the entertainment industries, near about 65% people. Where I noticed this one, near about 65% na Faiza?
Yes, sir.
এই যে
It is, sir.
reported
5%.
65% were working in the entertainment sector as performers, dancers, sex workers. 25% were employed in the beauty and beautiful fashion sectors, mostly as hairdressers, beauticians, makeup artists. So think about before the তোমার হচ্ছে reinvention of transgender within the new global economy, they are mostly engaged within the তোমার হচ্ছে এই যে এটার নাম হচ্ছে বিউটিফিকেশন সেক্টর এন্ড দা তোমার হচ্ছে এন্টারটেইনমেন্ট সেক্টর. সো when they started to join in job market, so how this job market started operated তোমার হচ্ছে within the Philippine তোমার হচ্ছে context, uh, at that moment, we have already discussed in Maria Mai's class that যে যখন হচ্ছে within the western context, যখন তাদের the capital mostly saturated within the western space, and they noticed that it is really tough to manage this amount of workers within their own context. They can easily manage their industry তোমার হচ্ছে through shifting it from western world to third world countries. In such a way, they have also shifted their call centers. Think about the banking sector, think about the HSBC, think about other kinds of companies. They have customers. Think about other credit card companies, other blah blah blah, other banks, blah blah blah. So at that moment a new kind of তোমার হচ্ছে employment sector created within the new space, and they need workers who can work for the call center. Okay, but think about you, if you'd like to তোমার হচ্ছে serve certain amounts of customers, you need, think about, you need 100 employers. So if you establish this call center in USA, you need to pay per day minimum $100 to a specific তোমার হচ্ছে employer. But if you shift your industry in India or in Philippines or in other third world countries, you just need to pay maximum $10, maximum $10. That is sufficient for many of the workers. Clear? So that is why within this context, the majority of the তোমার হচ্ছে call centers, it shifted from Western world to third world countries. As you know, the majority of the call centers of the British offices or US office, then it mostly shifted in countries like India, Filipino, or something blah blah blah. Clear, সবাই? Clear? Global connection, you are aware with this global connection? Zahra?
Yes, sir.
So within this context, within this landscape, you know, the Filipino, they are the colony of the America, USA. That is why their accent mostly was something like US accent. On the other hand, Indian, they have also used amount of তোমার হচ্ছে American call center, but their accent is more likely তোমার হচ্ছে British accent. That is why the US companies, they always encourage to construct more and more call centers in Filipino. And the Filipino workers, they also get higher salary than তোমার হচ্ছে কাদের থেকে? Than their Indian counterpart. Clear? Clear? Clear, Yasmin? Clear? Zahra, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. এখন also interesting thing is that, okay, so new industries, new BOP industries, outsourcing industries already established in Filipino. So what kinds of workers they actually looking for? They will যেহেতু think about this is a global market, so you need to attract the customers, you need to serve the customer in the তাই না, the way the capitalist economy it expect. So you need to act like that. So think about within this landscape, they তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি, they reinvented the transgender people. They reinvented that, oh my god, this is the transgender people who can talk, who can negotiate, who can serve the customers according to their will. Because you know, they are the customers or the subscribers, they are not aware who actually is the তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি, whom actually they are talking. So think about in তোমার in interview, it discovered that the transgender people, when they work within the industry, when they notice that a customer is male, so they act like female, they talk like female, so that think about যে female হলে she will be more attractive for that customer. So when he or when that female notice that the customer is female, then that female transform তোমার হচ্ছে his or her এই যে এটার নাম কি voice into male. So that the male voice can attract the female. Even sometimes for few drivers or other customers, they use certain kinds of তোমার হচ্ছে words, yes, the way so that they will be happy, তাই না, তাদের এক ধরনের sexual fantasy imagination will work within this context. So the way the customer expect, they act like that. So within this context, the transgender people, they reinvented and they তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি included within the global BOP markets within the Filipinian context. Clear? সবাই clear? Clear? And why it is the
yes, sir.
So why is this the ghettoization? Because all these তোমার হচ্ছে transgender people, they entered within this job sector, and they are it is something that you should work within this domain. You are not fit with that sector. You fit with this one. That is why you are here. So it's a ghettoization. You are within a certain space you need to work. And there are ladders always. Think about, you are from transgender. You cannot be the manager or you cannot be the blah blah blah, but you can be in this place or blah 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 blah. Clear? Faiza, clear?
Yes, sir.
So you are aware within the context when these women তোমার হচ্ছে reinvented and rediscovered to work within the BOF sector. Clear? Clear? Mashai, clear?
Yes, sir.
I don't know যে তোমরা whether you are you have read the article. Can July clear? You are clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, good. Okay, so think about they have already entered. So within this job sector, in their everyday life, how they interact, how they act, how they encounter তোমার হচ্ছে everyday realities, okay, within this job sector. That is basically তোমার হচ্ছে the research ideas of this paper. Clear? So first of all, transgender clustering. Who will discuss about it? Who? Yasmin, can you how they are being clustered?
So can you repeat that?
So how they are being clustered?
No, sir. I'm
Faiza?
no, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I
Yes,
didn't.
please. Yes, please.
Yes.
Faiza, how they are being clustered within the তোমার হচ্ছে BOP industry?
So, basically, the way they're being clustered is they're every team in a company or wherever they're working always manages to have a few transgendered people, but never in a single shift, like where they're all of them are transgendered. So they're always dispersed through the different shifts and through the different groups, and that is done because as it is they are said to increase productivity. It is because of their as one of the interviewees described, their loud nature, because they tend to be very cheerful and they're very enthusiastic and they're always making fun during the work time.
Yes,
Or
because of thank you, because of their তোমার হচ্ছে previous background, they worked within the তোমার হচ্ছে entertainment sector, within the beautician sector. They can also entertain the employers within this sector, not only the employers but also the customers. That is why they hired within this sector. Yes, please. Yes.
yes, sir. So basic for what the author mentioned was they basically so for first he thought that because they were not put in the same group because they would all take long breaks and not work productively. However, after interviewing, he found out that they were actually kept with other workers to boost their morals or make time go faster through their entertainments, which they did while they were on calls, and they kept other employers, cisgendered employers, entertained by their either singing or dancing or beauty pageants that they held during work time. They did many such uh, কি বলবো? They were kept to entertain the rest of the employees,
Yes.
and
So
that increased everyone's productivity.
yes. So mostly they are being তোমার হচ্ছে they are being employed in such a way, hey, you need to do this kind of thing. And another issue is that especially তোমার হচ্ছে dispersed interactional work. Even when they work, think about যে how they are being তোমার হচ্ছে এই prescribed, or যে তাদেরকে you need to act such a way. So there are myriad of examples. Who will discuss this one? So this one is very interesting. Can you read it out, Kinjula? Yeah, sorry, Yasmin, can you read it out? These statements.
Yes, sir.
For example, for example.
For example, Angel reflected on phone interaction during her days as a customer service representative, describing a strategic use of gender code switching. If I'm talking to a guy, I have to sound like a female since it is sales. That's my strategy to make the guy say yes. But if it is a female, I have to change my voice. Really? I asked. Yeah, just to make sales. If I'm talking to women, I change my name from Jenny to Josh. Like, hi, this is Josh. I'm calling on behalf of company. So I changed my voice because foreign males, they like sexy voice. So sped up when delivering the word sexy. Yeah, some of those truck drivers in the States, I do the sexy voice just to make them say yes, 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 and give their credit card numbers.
So think about,
Angel Action.
thank you. So think about, so this is kind of gender maneuvering. So the way you need to act or you need to react, the way the capitalist order expect from you. So you are already ghettoized. So it is not only in terms of calling, in terms of তোমার হচ্ছে এই যে এটা interacting with the customer. Even think about in other sectors in where তোমার হচ্ছে transgender people they are working, what actually they need to negotiate in their everyday life. If you are transgender, you need to put the dresses the companies they expect. So if you মানে if you like to enter in certain তোমার হচ্ছে job sector, you need to be reshape yourself the way the company asks. So it already revealed from this study that a transgender people they need more time to equip themselves according to the will of the company's expectation. So the way the company expect from you, your hair should be like this, your face should be like this, your dress should be look like this. But she is not used to with this kinds of dress up, with this kind of tomar hoche hairstyle, this kind of blah blah blah. So when she woke up during the morning time, she had or he had to, transgender it could be male or female, both of them they need to তোমার হচ্ছে they need to prepare themselves according to the expectation of the companies. Clear? Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so এই যে দেখো এই যে even sometimes তোমার হচ্ছে during their তোমার হচ্ছে এই যে এটা working period, not time, working period, they are asked to join in তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম হচ্ছে beautification programs or other kinds of তোমার হচ্ছে kinds of programs such as, so when তোমার হচ্ছে myriad of western এই যে এটার নাম কি industrialist or businessman, হ্যাঁ তোমার হচ্ছে they would like to visit the companies or something like this, they need to entertain. So by whom they entertain those visitors or তোমার হচ্ছে companies এই যে এটার নাম কি representatives, they মানে entertain them through the people of this kind of transgender people. And you are aware always that the western people they have always one kind of fantasy about the people of race, people of ethnicity, তাই না? তুমি দেখবে যে western people they always have this kind of fantasy about the girl, about the transgender of other ethnic group, other race group, racial group, হ্যাঁ তোমার হচ্ছে other groups. So they always এই যে মানে through this kind of fantasy and to meet their তোমার হচ্ছে expectation, the transgender they need to act like they expect. Clear? Clear? Clear সবাই? Kinjulai, clear?
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, so another thing is that tomar hoche trans segregation, how they are being segregated. Think about you are a transgender and you are working within a job sector. So think about you have annual program, you have this kind of programs, you have this kind of tomar hoche symposium, seminar, blah blah blah. As you are from a certain তোমার হচ্ছে group, এই যে বললাম না transgender, within this BOP sector, what revealed in this article that যে তারা যখন annual tour এ যায় or in other programs, it revealed that those were the men you are মানে they are তোমার হচ্ছে supposed to or they are assigned to act certain kinds of jobs, certain kinds of things they need to do. If you are women, you need to do certain kinds of things, and if you are transgender, you need to do certain kinds of things. So that way they are being segregated even within any kinds of programs. Okay, clear সবাই? Clear? Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Faiza, if you would like to তোমার হচ্ছে এটার নাম কি conclude the remarks, Faiza.
So basically, the author talks about all the various kinds of discrimination and biases these transgendered people go through, regardless of what we are seeing as improvement in their occupational status, that they are employed. However, like they are being included in the workspace, but within the workspace there is still some forms of exclusion, some forms of discrimination and biases against them, and that is what the author essentially points out.
Okay, so thank you. Any question from anyone else? Yasmin, any question from this article on purple color job? Yasmin,
জি স্যার।
any question?
নো স্যার। স্যার ওখানে একটা একটা টার্ম ইউজ করে পিঙ্ক কলার জবস।
হ্যাঁ, pink color job.
ইয়েস
Yes.
স্যার। স্যার পিঙ্ক কলার জবস আর পার্পল কালার জবস এই দুটোর মধ্যে ডিফারেন্সটা কি?
So purple color job তোমার হচ্ছে mostly when transgender people they are being ghettoized within the job market, and pink color
Purple color jobs are only for transgender people.
the way they তোমার হচ্ছে termed it, and pink color for women.
Sir, another question. There is a term used for Filipino gays as bakla.
হ্যাঁ, like বাংলাদেশি হিজড়া যেটাকে বলে আর কি। yes please.
কিন্তু স্যার ওইটা কমপ্লিটলি গে টার্মটার সাথে মানে যায় না, সো ওরা আরো
আমি তো
কিছু
ওই জন্যই
টার্ম
বলছি
ইউজ করে।
there are myriad of তোমার হচ্ছে terms, তাই না, use interchangeably, and there are nuances also, হ্যাঁ, so we should be aware of this. Even within the Bangladeshi context there are nuances, such a way the way we treat hijra, they are not a homogeneous group. There are differences, there are also nuances among them. এই জন্যই তো বলতে, when we categorize something as gender there are always nuances. It is something you who are defining something as gender. So বুঝছো জিনিসটা, there are issues also. Yes
The
please.
author also mentions this point where, like, the transgender category is a vast category and it depends on how a person identifies. But within the workplace, like, for example, there was one anecdote about a trans man being called gay, even though he was not gay,
No,
but
yes,
the person just liked to dress femininely, but he was being confused with being gay. And so that is one of the issues, because the Western words do not fit with the Filipino description of these identities, and that is also how they're discriminated against, because uh, according to the terms they identify, they're expected to also perform by the identity they're going with. However, these identities are also very vague, and
yes, it is
that is
really,
one of the discriminations they
it is really
face.
important. We have already discussed in our last semester তোমার হচ্ছে Joseph Massad. Can you recall, Yasmin and Raisa? We discussed in our last তোমার হচ্ছে semester discussion on Joseph Massad, how they reinvented the idea of LGBT, which actually doesn't fit with the তোমার হচ্ছে reality of the local people, তাই না? So it is also something reinvention in such a way they are not like that. So they need to include themselves with certain kinds of identity, what act with what manager they are not belongs to with that identity actually. Clear. So there are also blur areas and issues. Thank you, Faiza. Any issue? Yasmin? Yasmin, any more issues?
No, sir. Sir, Kinjalai pointed out an issue, which is actually true. The K-pop guys, the BTS bands, are often considered as gays
Yes.
because
Yeah.
they are dressed like in a manner in Western culture, which is considered as girls. Makeup, lipstick, the earrings.
Same. Yeah. Okay. Raisa, any question? Raisa?
No, sir. No question.
So you are clear with the ideas of David?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Preeti, any question?
No, sir.
Okay. So Preeti, have you talked to your group member? I will consider your group marks.
Sir.
So you are from Pfizer, you are from Fariha Rajanno's group?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please talk talk to them, okay? ওরা দুজন মিস করেছে, সো আমি কিন্তু তোমার কিন্তু তো your marks তোমার হচ্ছে it affected by your group members marks, okay? So when they will arrange everything clearly after 4th December, okay, I will reconsider it. Thank you.
So will we all present again?
No, 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 no. Only two of them. So then your group marks will increase, and it will also increase your marks. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Anyone? Sumaya, any question?
Sir, sir, about the midterm presentation, আমি ওটার feedback পাইনি।
So that means I just forwarded the feedback only to those who have submitted the script earlier. I reiterated again and again, please submit before your presentation.
আমি প্রেজেন্টেশন
Right.
আগেই করেছিলাম, কিন্তু মেবি টেকনিক্যাল ডিফিকাল্টির জন্য আপনার কাছে
I'm
পৌঁছায়নি।
extremely sorry then. Right now I'm too busy. আমার through application আমার অনেকগুলো I'm really too busy. মানে আমার এই যে research proposal everything, so I will be free by 4th December, not before 4th December. I will not be to touch anything before 4th, okay? Okay, so after 4th December, please remind me, okay?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. So any question? Thank you so much, Shabaiki. Okay. So looking forward, I will upload the next class article, and please submit the review by tomorrow 12 p.m. Okay. Okay.
Sir, which of the article we will do review on?
For next class, which one? I will sub. I am for I am downloading and I will uploading 2 articles. Either one you can.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. সবাই ভালো থেকো. Thank you.